Right now on News 3, another shot of bitterly cold weather with temperatures and wind chills well below zero moving into Wisconsin.
Plus, new information where some of the reward money will be going in the Jamie Kloss case.
And later, hope for a better future. A local connection to the crisis in Venezuela straight ahead.
This is News 3 at 10.
And we have breaking news right now at 10. Police say they have a man in custody who they believe was involved in a shooting in Janesville tonight. That shooting happened on the city's southwest side on Kellogg Avenue. Greene County deputies say they chased the suspect for nearly 20 miles before it came to an end in the town of Decatur.
Our Jamie Perez is live in Janesville tonight near where that shooting happened with the latest from the scene. Jamie?
All right, well, this all happened around 6:15 this evening, and police said that they responded within just minutes. This is the scene here behind me. You can see that it's still very active. There's a couple of squad cars that are kind of blocking our view here, but there are still a handful of squad cars here on the scene, still actively investigating. Now, right now, we are on the corner of Kellogg and South Crosby here in Janesville. The Greene County Sheriff's Office just released some details that they were told to be on the lookout for a Greene County resident who was reported as a suspect in a serious incident involving a firearm in Janesville. A Monroe police officer saw the car, which led to a pursuit involving Monroe police, Greene County deputies, and Brodhead police until they were able to finally arrest him about 20 miles later. The suspect is now in custody. Police say there is no threat to the public. And while we do not have confirmation on the condition of the victim, there was a coroner here a few hours ago. Police have not been able to give us an update on this investigation, but we did speak to a neighbor who says that she heard the shots being fired.
I walked out of the house halfway down my property here on Crosby, as I heard 5 to 6 gunshots, small caliber, it sounded like to me. It didn't register what was going on. I turned around because I forgot my hat in the house, went back into the house. By the time I got to my back door, I heard a woman screaming, I don't know the address, and it was shrieking. It echoed, because everything echoes through here. And that's when I walked this way, and by the time I got to the corner is when all the squads started showing up.
While we have been here, we have seen police searching nearby cars and also interviewing some neighbors. The investigation is still ongoing. You can see that just clearly behind me, but we have been told that there will be a press conference for all updated information tomorrow at the Janesville Police Department. We will be sure to update you with all the latest information then.
Jamie Perez following the breaking news in Janesville tonight. Thank you.
And the other big story tonight, another bitterly cold stretch of weather on our doorstep. Temperatures and wind chills expected to drop well below zero. Meteorologist Dana Fulton on the backyard patio with tonight's first alert forecast. Dana?
Thankfully, we're not too cold just yet. Right now it's cold, but it's about to get much colder outside. This blanket of snow, just a layer of insulation at this point. We picked up 9 inches in Sun Prairie. The official report in Madison at the airport, 6.9. Now at the station, we got a little over 7. And I know a few folks reporting in Madison right around 7 inches. So depending on which side of town you were on, you may have gotten a little more or just a little less. Close to 7 inches in Beaver Dam and Lancaster and Janesville. 8 inches. So that snowfall just coming through and overnight and early this morning. Arena at 9 inches, Monticello over 7 inches, and in Reeseville at about 5.5 inches for us. Right now, it's really calm scene on our Doppler track. Not expecting any additional accumulation for us tonight. May see a few flurries tomorrow, but it's not really going to add on top of or add anything to this blanket that we have down right now. It is close to 8 degrees in Madison currently. Already, though, 3 below zero in Lone Rock and 4 in Boscobel, about 8 in Platteville. Now, it does feel just a little colder for some areas outside than, of course, where actual temperatures are at when you factor in that wind chill. Now, the wind chill right now, again, it only feels a few degrees colder, but for Friday and Saturday morning, it is going to be windy outside and cold. So we have added alert days to the forecast for Friday and Saturday. Wind chills for both days will start off almost 30 below zero. Now, those are 2 alert days, but we do have 3 in your 10-day forecast. Another round of snow is expected for Monday. We'll take a look at some accumulation potentials coming up with that round of snow in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. The Wisconsin State Patrol says they responded to 200 traffic-related calls between 11 a.m. yesterday and 7 a.m. this morning. Here's a breakdown of those calls. Motorist assist topped the calls, followed by vehicle runoffs and property damage crashes. The ice and snow caused a major crash this morning.
10 semi-trucks were involved, causing a 6-hour shutdown of the interstate. One person taken to the hospital in the whole ordeal. State Patrol says the first crash started westbound when one semi rear-ended another on I-90 near Mauston. They were carrying aluminum and metal pipes, so all of those spilled across the interstate. It was a chain reaction from there. In both the westbound and eastbound lanes, the interstate reopened about 2:30 this afternoon. The school district of Beloit standing by its decision not to cancel school today, while neighboring districts like Janesville and Beloit-Turner had the day off. The school district of Beloit did not. Parents took to the district's Facebook page this morning saying the decision to hold classes was wrong and dangerous, but the district says there were several factors that played into that choice.
A high poverty district, so for parents to miss work is a very tough situation. It puts them in a tough situation. And it also provides kids with a safe place to go. It provides them with meals for the day. And then parents also do not have to make alternative arrangements for childcare.
They also explained that while Beloit, Turner, and Janesville had the day off, those districts have to bus kids from rural areas, something Beloit does not.
All of Dane County snowmobile trails are now open. There must be at least 6 inches of snow and steady below freezing temperatures to open them. This is the first time this season there have been adequate snow conditions, but county leaders warn not all trails have been groomed, so there could be uneven terrain, snow-covered and icy sections, and the potential for open water near marshes and waterways. The Lake Geneva ice castles are also open now. Unseasonably warm temperatures and rain in December and early January hindered construction of the attraction. Tickets have been on sale since Monday.
The plant where Jamie Kloss's parents worked says it will be giving its reward money directly to Jamie. Hormel Foods and Jenny O had been offering $25,000 to anyone with information into Jamie's disappearance and the murder of her parents. James and Denise Kloss worked at Jenny O. The FBI had also been offering a separate $25,000 reward. No word yet on where that money will go. A murder suspect now in custody after 10 days on the run. Robert Pulvermacher, accused of killing 88-year-old Harold Johnson in the Ho-Chunk Casino parking lot in Sauk County. Pulvermacher evaded police for more than a week until early this morning. A snowplow driver spotted him near a trucking company, called it in. Madison police located fresh footprints in the snow, leading them to Pulvermacher, who was hiding in some bushes. He'll be in court tomorrow.
On day 33 of the partial government shutdown, President Trump told House Speaker Nancy Pelosi he wanted to go ahead with his State of the Union address next week. But in back-and-forth letter sent today, the speaker made it clear the president is not welcome to speak in the House chambers until the shutdown ends. The president said he would look for alternative venues. Friday will mark 2 missed paychecks for federal workers since the shutdown began more than a month ago. Both the Senate and House will vote on dueling proposals to move forward tomorrow, but neither is expected to pass. Michael Cohen, President Trump's former lawyer, has postponed his congressional testimony, citing ongoing threats and verbal attacks from the president on him and his family. He was going to appear publicly before the House Oversight Committee on February 7th. The president denied threatening his former attorney, saying today that Cohen has, quote, only been threatened by the truth.
Former Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish has a new job, sworn in as the executive director of the Women's Suffrage Centennial Commission in Washington this week. The commission was created by Congress in 2017 to lead commemorative and educational efforts surrounding the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote. Milwaukee took a major step today toward bringing the 2020 Democratic National Convention to Milwaukee. Mayor Tom Barrett says a line of credit for millions of dollars has now been secured, which would be used as a financial safety net. Milwaukee has not yet won the bidding to play host, but an important hurdle, and maybe the last one, has now been cleared. Mayor Barrett says the DNC could make its decision within a month. President Trump took an extraordinary step today, endorsing regime change in Venezuela and backing an opposition leader as interim president.
Hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans protested in the streets today, demanding that President Nicolas Maduro step aside. Today, Maduro severed diplomatic ties and ordered U.S. Embassy personnel out of the country within 72 hours. 35-year-old Juan Guaido, the head of the National Assembly, which is the opposition party, swore himself in as the new leader of the country. The Trump administration, which today, along with Canada and more than a dozen other countries, officially recognized him as interim president. Venezuelans here in Madison also held demonstrations of their own.
News 3's Amy Reed joins us now to show us why they are so passionate about getting Maduro out of office. Amy?
Yeah, many view Nicolas Maduro as a dictator, especially after this last election that is widely considered illegitimate and gave him another 6 years in office. Now Venezuelans are sending a strong message from Caracas to Madison. They want him out. While protests started in Caracas, they reached worldwide, and though they are far more peaceful, they carry the same message: liberty for Venezuela.
We need to feel that we are doing something for our country, even when we are far away. We need to support our families there, our friends.
America Selly moved to the States nearly 3 years ago. She joins not only the people here, but about 3 million others who have left Venezuela over the last 2 years after the changes they've seen under Maduro.
People is dying without food. People is dying without medicines. And it's a very rough situation.
America said this is nearly the entire Venezuelan community here. They said they came to the United States for the same freedom they once had. Many still have family in their home country and feel helpless about the situation they left behind.
It's horrible. It's horrible because, you can help. It's hard to see how your people suffer there, and then you can do nothing.
Ante los pueblos y naciones libres del mundo, que como presidente constitucional.
Their desire to see Maduro kicked out were backed by President Trump today, as he recognized opposition leader Juan Guaido as president. Their hope is to see Venezuela return to the free country it once was, because that is home, and one they would like to see again if they can.
I think a lot of people here has the baggage ready just to come back. I'm sorry. But yes, we love our country so much, and we are here just because we don't feel safe there. That's the only reason.
The people at this protest were very grateful for President Trump's acknowledgement of the opposition. They said the support of the U.S. and these other countries is important to getting Venezuela back the way it was.
Amy Reed reporting tonight. Thank you. Still ahead tonight, your updated forecast and when we can expect the bitter cold to move in.
And a scary situation in downtown Denver today. High-rise window washers go for an unexpected ride. Stay with us.
The CEO of the YMCA of Northern Rock County has been put on administrative leave. The decision was made last night by the board of directors to put CEO Tom Denboer on leave while they conduct an internal investigation. The board president said in a statement today the board is taking several steps to address concerns raised by members and the community. In December, local residents signed a letter written to the board detailing concerns about a lack of transparency at the organization. A man shot and killed at least 5 people. This was inside a bank in Sebring, Florida, about 80 miles southeast of Tampa in the center of the state today. Police have identified the suspect as 21-year-old Zephan Zaver. They say he called 911 and said he had entered the SunTrust Bank and started shooting. As crisis negotiators who arrived at the bank were talking to Zaver, officers moved in and arrested him.
2 window washers had quite a scare today. The scaffolding they were on, 24 floors above the ground, broke from the frame. The crew of 2 was on the scaffolding on the side of the Four Seasons Hotel in downtown Denver when it broke and went swinging right into a window, smashing it. The workers were able to get off the scaffolding safely and escape through the broken window into the hotel. What caused the scaffolding to break is being investigated. The pedestrian bridge at the old Packard automotive plant in Detroit has collapsed. A security guard who monitors the plant says he saw bricks falling from the bridge this morning, and by about noon, the structure had collapsed. The 3.5 million square foot plant was first opened in 1903 and at that time was considered the most modern automotive plant in the world. It has since been abandoned.
Well, after all this snow comes the bitter cold. Dana Fulton joining us with more details on what we can expect. It's looking like Friday early is really going to be when the cold gets here, huh, Dana?
That's definitely the plan for us right now. Now, tomorrow morning is still going to be cold. We're not downplaying Thursday at all. It's just that Friday and Saturday, it's going to be much colder outside to start off the day. The wind chill up to 30 below zero possible for us. Looking at our Doppler track right now, it is calm. Our cold front that brought through all that moisture yesterday, it's now off to the east, pushing rain towards the east coast right now. A little snow to the very northern edge of the New England area, but they're seeing a lot of rain currently and some thunderstorms in there too. For us, we're going to stay calm overnight. We have a little system off into the Dakotas that's going to swing southeast. That cold front may have a little moisture associated with it. Some slight flurry chances for us tomorrow afternoon, but the main focus with that front is the cold air that is going to usher in behind it for your Friday and Saturday morning. And it is going to be quite cold outside for both mornings. And because of that cold, we do have alert days in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. Friday morning, we're looking at our temperatures to be near 11 below zero with wind chills up to 35 below zero. Saturday, we'll start the day off at about 12 below zero. Same story, wind chills about 30 below zero for us. Afternoon highs for both days will be in the single digits, though it will feel like we are below zero for the entire day. So here's a look at early Friday morning plan through the entire state. Northern Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, we're all in this basket together. The cold air stays. We're going to see our wind chills drop for Friday morning and stay below zero throughout the day on Friday, overnight into Saturday. We may by Saturday afternoon see a few areas where the wind chill gets close to zero. But then we drop back yet again heading into Sunday morning. To the south, there are actually wind chill watches and advisories in effect. Nothing for us in central or southern Wisconsin right now, but we are again still expecting a very cold start to Friday and Saturday. Overnight, plan on a mostly clear sky. We'll start off Thursday close to about 4 degrees in Madison. A slight chance for flurries for us in the afternoon. Afternoon highs will be in the teens with that breeze coming from the northwest. Overnight Thursday and into Friday, we are going to see a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures drop quite a bit for Friday morning with that wind chill factored in yet again. We're expecting our slight flurry chance to come through briefly in the afternoon for Friday. Saturday morning is going to be cold for us. And then Sunday, we have a brief calm before our next storm. We are expecting another round of accumulating snowfall to move in late Sunday and linger throughout the day. On Monday, it pulls out late Monday in the evening. So by Sunday afternoon, we're starting to see light flurries to the western side of the state. Later in the evening, light snowfall throughout Wisconsin. Into Monday morning, there may be some times of heavier snowfall mixed on in. That freezing line still looks to be staying to the south of Wisconsin, which is good news for us. The snowfall continues throughout the day on Monday and later in the evening finally pulls away to the east and will clear up heading into Tuesday. We still have a few days to really iron out the accumulation totals, but we are expecting several inches along with this event. potentially just adding on another 4 or 5 what we already have on the ground. Again, heavy snow possible at times with this system. 4 degrees is what we're looking at for our overnight low. Tomorrow, plan on a high of about 16. It'll be very cold outside with that slight flurry chance coming on in. Overall temperatures for the next few days will stay below average. That alert day on Friday and Saturday is because of the wind chills. On Monday, though, it is because of the snow that's coming in, and then behind that next snow chance, we're looking at another drop in temperatures for the middle of next week. So I hope everyone is ready to bundle up.
Oh, rinse and repeat, right?
Yes, continuing on.
All right, thank you.
Badger men's basketball team hoping to avoid the upset in Champaign tonight. The story coming up at sports.
After beating then undefeated and second-ranked Michigan last Saturday, the last thing the Badger men's basketball team wanted to do was to go to Illinois and lose to a team that was 1-6 in the Big Ten on Lowell Hamilton bobblehead night in Champaign. It was a rough night for Ethan Happ, who was in foul trouble for most of the game. So who's going to step up? Well, Nate Reavers. He gets to tip in here and gives the Badgers the lead. Reavers gets a team-high 22 points. Wouldn't it be great if Brevin Pritzel would do something? Hey, it's Brevin Pritzel for 3. He lives. And Wisconsin gets its win. Final score is 72-60 Badgers. Nate Reavers has a night, 22 points, 10 rebounds. He's one of 4 Badgers in double figures, and none of them were named Happ. Ethan Happ has 9 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, but 5 turnovers. Next, the Badgers host Northwestern Saturday afternoon, 1:15 at the Kohl Center. Marquette sets Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee tonight to face DePaul in the Big East. Bit of a struggle, but the 12th-ranked Golden Eagles come through with a win, thanks in part to the Big East Player of the Week, Sam Hauser, who scores 19. Final there, Marquette 79, DePaul 69. WISC basketball tonight. Platteville and Whitewater go head-to-head. The men's game in Platteville, Whitewater gets the win, and the women make it a Warhawk sweep with a victory over the Pioneers back in Whitewater. When Wesley Matthews played basketball at Madison Memorial in Marquette, you knew he was something special. Well, Matthews is still playing, now in his 10th season in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks. Matthews has made over $100 million in his NBA career, but back when it started in 2009, there were no guarantees. Matthews wasn't drafted by any NBA team, but he wowed the Utah Jazz in the Summer League and eventually earned a spot on their roster. Matthews says not being drafted really burned him when it happened, but inspired him to work even harder.
I was angry. I mean, every possible negative emotion you could have, but I was determined. I felt like I belonged in this league, and that's how I attacked every night, every game. And when I got the chance to play for Utah, it was, that's all I was hoping for in the preparation. Met the opportunity, and 10 years later, here I am. That was the plan the whole time, was to be an NBA player. I mean, that's what I grew up wanting to do. That's what I grew up training and sacrificing, and I just tried to stick with it, keep grinding, keep working, and this is where I am.
The Brewers have promoted General Manager David Stearns to General Manager and President of Baseball Operations, and he got a contract extension too. Rick Schlesinger has also been promoted to President of Business Operations. Prep Mania Game of the Week returns tomorrow night. Another great matchup, boys basketball in the Big 8. Madison East at Madison Memorial. Join John Boyle and me for the game live on channel3000.com tomorrow night. And this is Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's all dressed up for Super Bowl 53. That stadium costs $1.6 billion. It has a retractable roof. It has the world's largest video board at 63,000 square feet. And it has a Chick-fil-A restaurant that is, of course, closed on Sundays, including Super Bowl Sunday. The New England Patriots against the Los Angeles Rams, Sunday, February 3rd, here, 5:30 p.m. on Channel 3. We'll be right back.
Dana's back. One final check of the forecast.
It's going to be very cold for us, so that's the trend for the next several mornings. And to your Thursday morning, plan on temperatures dropping close to 4 degrees. For Friday morning, we'll be about 13 below zero with our actual temperatures, but with the wind chill, it will feel about 30 below zero. Same for Saturday, dropping into the mid-teens for us, below zero for the mid-teens, and then wind chills 30 below zero as well. That alert day on Monday, our next snow event moving in, could see a few more inches for us.
Dana, thanks for joining us.
Do something good and stay warm.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.